Okay. Hi everyone. I think we're live.
We're live?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Okay. So hi everyone. So today the reason why we called it a special. Actually, I'm wondering if anyone remembers from last time why this is going to be a little different. Hopefully. Just curious if you guys are interested. Mike's wife, number 3. I'm still wondering what is that number 1, the queen number 1. Looking forward to today's live. Okay, Laura's here. Lucy is here. Mike's wife is here. Mina. Fantastico. Okay. So, okay. I guess no one remembers, which is okay. So I kind of figured it would be a good idea. It would be interesting for everyone, possibly, to have to share pictures. So basically, if someone is interested in showing me their nails for an assessment, then I can do like a mini assessment over here. Something that I would do normally as a service, which then obviously I send you like a video and stuff. Yeah. So I think we're gonna do it maybe more often. So maybe like, I don't know, 1 or 2 ever live or something. No, like a quick one. Obviously, it's not going to be as long as the one that I do the video of. Normally, the videos are between 15 and half an hour, and then I kind of sometimes after a month, if someone has any questions, I look at the follow-up photos and stuff. So it's kind of interesting what can be done. But the most important thing is the quality photos. So if that is super important, that I need very good quality photos. Actually, I'm going to send you a link very quickly to so if you're interested in next week, possibly, because the photos have to be ready and they have to be done properly. So here's the link to the service. So it's there was an explanation exactly how to take photos, and they have to be bright. I have to have a light shining on the nails so I can see the surface, and the pictures have to be sent in the best quality possible, and only 4, because sometimes people send me a whole bunch of different angles, but I really need to see the angles that I showed you. Okay. So Helen says, I did a gel overlay and all went well, but after a week, my pinky nail started hurting badly. I removed the gel by soaking it off, and it had developed onycholysis. Is that a sign of allergy? Okay. It's very difficult to say because sometimes the actual removal could be traumatic enough to cause onycholysis if there was a damage underneath. And how was it hurting badly? Like, was there any redness around the nail, or pain underneath the nail? Like, why was it hurting? Mike's wife. Love this channel. Thank you. Do you know of any nitrocellulose free nail whitener brightener available in the US? I don't. And I always look at the ingredients and I don't see anything. You know, the problem with the nitrocellulose free polishes is they peel off very quickly. It seems infected, pain under the nail. Okay, do you have a photo? Like in this case, like I would really need a picture. Can you go to like a bright light and take a picture of your pinky? It seemed infected. Okay, but infection would be redness, pain, swelling, which would be also, it wasn't any like itching or burning or something like that. Usually it would be on all the nails, or at least few of them, not just the pinky, but And what kind of gel was it? Do you know? Okay. So Helen is going to be taking a photo. Okay, so send the photo to the Salon Life at gmail.com. Kiara Sky Builder. And I guess you did that yourself, no? Okay, so Sharon, have been following your plan for 6 weeks and my nails are so much better. They were peeling and splitting using jojoba oil regularly. That is excellent. And you know what, guys? I really do, because I've a couple latest assessments that I've been doing. People are they're taking some of the advice and they don't follow it exactly. And then they're like, yeah, I'm using the soaks and everything else. And then it turns out they were using olive oil. Olive oil is actually not very good for the skin and the nails, believe it or not. It can actually disrupt the skin barrier. And she was saying that she has issues with like dry skin, irritated skin. So no. Oh, David made it. Hello, hello. So Helen, why is the very special Q&A? Because people hopefully are going to be sending us pictures of their nails, and I can try to do this split screen so you guys can see the nail pictures. Yes, exactly. So I thought that would be fun. Okay. My goodness. Okay, so I have in my email, people are emailing me questions for the Q&A. You have to ask them in the chat here. So someone is asking, I'm going to answer it quickly as I'm waiting for the photo. What is the clear nail polish that I'm using? So usually I use this one. Hold on a second because I can't see this one. And yeah, that's the one that I'm consistently, I would say, I've been wearing, because that one does not have nitrocellulose. And I really don't like when my nails are yellowing, because guys, I get some in the comments like, oh my God, her nails are so dirty. That's disgusting. My nails and skin are dry because I didn't oil yet. Okay. Well, it's better to have nail damage. Oh, okay, hold on. So someone else sent a picture, but guys, I need the pictures. Oof. Okay, no. All right, hold on. Let me do this split screen. Share screen, I mean, okay? Chrome. All right, so let's works. Can you guys see everything? Ah, okay, but I can't move it. All right, so you know what it is? It's surface damage. The nails are like, I would say, badly damaged. Let me see if I can go back. Can you see where I'm showing now? So I'm looking at the pinky right now. Can you see? Because I can't now see what I'm doing. I'm learning, guys. Have patience. Oh, so it's like, I guess. Okay. Okay, so. Okay. So hopefully you can see what I see. There is a lot of surface damage, and this white is probably due to overfiling. I don't think it is it is allergic reaction. No, because with allergic reaction, usually you have like thickening under the nail. It's not like that. This type of damage usually shows up when there is a lot of overfiling, and I wouldn't be surprised, sadly, if all of them, well, the ones that are overfiled, if that happens to them. I can't see this one properly because it's in a shadow kind of, but I can see, you see these patches. So you soaked it off, but you probably filed it off as well, and this is why there was such damage. Or scraped it off, no? Yeah, guys, and this is why I really don't recommend doing this yourself. And I mean, I don't recommend going to nail technicians either, unless someone is extremely skilled and very educated. Unfortunately, I did use Cucur pusher. Yeah, but you can like peel off layers of your nails if you're doing this not very gently, because some products don't come off very easily, and people are just pushing the product off. Or maybe when you file the nails, how did you prep them? Did you just use a buffer, or did you use a file to prep them? Maybe that damage happened when you prep the nails. So right now, what I would recommend is just for sure doing, what I would do is I would cut out this a little bit or shorten it without causing too much trauma, and do jojoba soaks once a week, just to keep whatever is there flexible, because you don't want the nails to become thin and brittle, right, at the same time. And okay, to prep the nails, I used 180 buffer. Usually the buffer should be good, but it's how you do it. It's difficult for me because I've seen people can be very heavy-handed. Okay, excuse me. So what I recommend is the weekly soaks, and then using something like the Lazo nail or the Isden pen twice a day. And I would recommend the salve that we sell as well, because it will keep the skin nice and flexible. It's a very good product. Okay, so I just need to wait until fall and actually go to nail tech school. Yeah, well, unfortunately, a lot of schools are not that great either. And I've seen so much damage when people are going to school, when they're practicing on their nails. And this is something that unfortunately happens. When you practice on yourself, and you do a lot of mistakes, right? And you usually really damage your nails. It's just that you don't want to be damaging or making mistakes with the gel, because that can be a permanent issue, right? Okay, so let's see. Okay, stop sharing. Okay, so I got some other picture from someone, and they said something, picture of thumbnail. Okay, so guys, can you please let me know, because I don't want to be sharing something of that someone didn't mean for me to share it, okay? Wow, okay. So yeah, please let me know if you sent the pictures. Yeah, the salve for sure, and use it after each hand wash. It's going to protect the nails as well and keep the skin nice and flexible, and the nails nice and flexible. And also, yeah, probably the Isden pen. Yeah, it was for a few days. It's not now. What's the email? Okay, so the email again. So guys, put it, please, the salonlive@gmail.com, in a subject that the YouTube live, because I got 2 emails, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be sharing those pictures or not. I'm sorry, but we're learning as we go. You need a password. What's the password? What's the password? It's YouTube Live today, YouTube Live. Okay, so I ripped off my hangnail. I couldn't help myself, and I got paronychia. Now it's healed, but the skin keeps ripping off, and so the cuticle. Should I keep oiling the nails? Yeah, I mean, oiling always helps, right? Anna Smith, are you taking nail assessments or this is just for the live? Yeah, this is the ones that I'm doing right now are for the live. It's just a quick, this, you know, without all the information. It's a little bit different, obviously, but I did make 2 assessments available today and they sold out. So, right? Okay. So they sold out. So this is all that I'm able to do this week. If I can go through and do them tomorrow, then I'll put a couple more of the assessments available online. So, okay, going back to I ripped off my hangnail. Now it healed, but the skin keeps ripping off. And so the cuticle is not ripping. So the cuticle is just the dead skin cells. So I did a video just today. Yeah, I did a video today and it's online explaining why remove the cuticle and you'll see what the cuticle is. So people very often, they confuse the skin fold or the skin around the nails for the cuticle. So check it out after this live. If you can check out the video and just leave a comment, that would be fantastic. Okay, so I guess those pictures are not from the live. It's okay to share. All right. Okay, very good question. Let me see if I can share screen. All right. So the question is, so you know what? Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to, because now, oops. So this person is asking if this is okay for that line. My question is, have you always had it? And yes, there was a lot of right away people are freaking out when they see these type of photos. They're like, you know, it could be something serious, but it could be. So my question is, have you always had it? Is this something new that showed up? I can see that you have a bit of a darker skin tone, right? Like people that have a lot of melanin in their skin, they can have variation for sure. But in these type of cases, I would recommend, especially if this is something, if this is something you've had as long as you can remember, that's one thing. But if this is something that just showed up, then I would definitely go and see a dermatologist for sure. All right, so let's go back. If I can go back. Okay. Okay, this is going well. No, I'm getting the hang of it. Someone placed an order for the salve. I'm just curious if this is one of you guys. Okay, so also something about OPI and a pic. So if this is something that you guys sent during live, please let me know. Mercedes busy at work, but will stay on as long as possible. Awesome. Okay. Lori says, love your salve, got mine last week. Thank you for your efforts to help heal and care for those of us who are not able to come and see you. Oh, so lovely. Thank you. Martyna Lewandowska. I'm so excited to catch you live. I would love your thoughts on or advice on my case. Okay, so send me photos. The salonlive@gmail.com. And the password is YouTube Live. because I don't want to be just sharing random pictures of people's, that send me emails. Okay, let's see. There was 2 people that sent me photos, and I don't know, picture. Okay, here. Oh no, okay. So that's just, thank you very much. The person who I already commented on. Okay, guys, come on, let's go. Okay, so Martina says, okay, so first of all, Lucy likes the idea. I do like the idea too, so I'm excited that I'm a genius. So Martina says, I feel like I can't grow my nail as it is now. Should I keep any enhancements off and oil my nails? The oiling is, it's important. But it's like, it's a little bit blown out of proportion. It is part of very good nail care. It's simple routine, but very effective. But it's not like, oh my God, you oiled your nails now for a weekend. How come you don't have these amazing nails? And you're doing all the other things wrong. Like you cut the skin around the nails, you're buffing your nails, and you're hoping that the oil is going to solve anything. No. So should I keep enhancements off and oil my nails, or should I put some gel on top to protect it for the time it grows? Okay, so my question is, have you worn enhancements? Because if you have worn enhancements and the nails are bad, then obviously the enhancements have not helped. Enhancements are not, in my opinion, for damaged nails. It's very risky, but I don't know how damaged your nails are. And I'm not sure what kind of goals you have in mind, right? Because of course the nails are growing. It's just that they're probably breaking and they're not very, very strong. So any changes that you make, it takes a long time for them to show up. So you might be doing everything right, and it might take a few months for the nails to get better. If you put the enhancements on, the removal process and the wearing process, the prep, is going to do some damage. So I know these services are sold as protection for the nails, but they're not. They're just a coating that looks nice and shiny, and that's great, but that's about it. The removal can cause additional damage. Okay, Helen, I'll be honest with you, okay? I feel like my nails are very thin naturally, and that's why even gentle buffing damaged them. That's not a gentle buffing. And I can tell, gentle buff would look much different. That also why I can't grow them out and try the gel overlay to help. Overlays, it's not going to help. No. Would a hardener help to grow them? Absolutely not, especially at right now. So I would have to see when the damage has grown out. And this is why I keep on this channel, keep repeating and repeating and repeating. Hardener, like a true hardener, like dimethyl urea or formalin, are only good for healthy nails that are either peeling or they're very bendy and flexible, or both usually. They're absolutely the worst idea for nails that are damaged. As I said earlier, the last thing you want is to have thin nails that are brittle because you've hardened them. They're just going to shatter, and you don't want that for sure. You want flexibility. Okay, so hardener now. Okay, good. I don't know. Are your nails? I would have to see them how they look. Well, first of all, okay, because people cut corners. Okay, so first is proper care, and then if that is not enough and the hardener is necessary, because sometimes with hardeners you can do more damage than good. If the hardener is necessary, then it can be very, very helpful. But that's not majority of people. Majority of people just need solid care, and the hardener might do more damage than good. Anyway. All right. Okay, so David, okay. If you comment in YouTube lives, now you get exp. What's exp for each comment, and whoever comments the most gets a crown. Guys, they make it so addictive, no? Okay, so who sent the password? Okay, so we have a lot of photos. Okay, I knew that you would do that picture. My God, David. So, okay, I'm gonna comment on that picture. But wow, your nails look pretty good, no? Wow. Okay, so, okay, hold on. Share screen. Okay, so do you know what that pose is called? And of course, David had to come up with that. Hold on. Okay, hold on. And now you can't unsee it. Honestly, when people are sending me these photos, I'm like, please don't. Yes, these nails are healthy. Let me just, yes. No? Hold on. I want to see. Yeah, so as you can see, very nice healthy nails, no peeling. Nice healthy skin around the nails. But how do I go from one photo to the other? Okay, so this is the thumb. Wow, look at this good quality photo. Can you see? Hold on. Yep. So, what happened to that nail that it has that uneven surface? Hitchhiker's thumb. Okay, yeah, I got it caught in the door. Okay, so what happens here is this. Sometimes, and it depends, it could be probably the nail bed too, but usually it's the this area, the area where the nail plate is forming. So the nail plate is forming here. I don't know which now. I can see now 2 arrows, and I don't know which one is the one that you see, guys. Okay, do you see the arrow now on the nail plate or on the skin? Because I see 2 arrows. What do you guys see? The skin. Okay, good. All right. So there's probably an area here that got damaged and the nail is just not being formed properly. So it tends to peel or split or things like that as it's growing out. But it looks really nice now, no? You're using the OPI repair mode, no? I think. The 2 lines are the scar lines from where they flipped the skin back. Okay, here, these 2, no? To repair or to remove the nail and then regrow skin. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so let me go back. Oops. But you don't have any peeling anymore, so this is really good. Right? I haven't been using the repair mode for a while. Okay, but when you use it, let's say, okay, so for example, you start using it here, like obviously over the whole nail, and then by the time this area moves here, which takes like 3-4 months, the nail had exposure to that product for a while, so it gets better, right? Yeah. It still cracks, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, this is something that it's going to be permanent. Okay, so Laura is asking a question that many people are asking. When you use the carousel around the PNF, well, it's on the PNF. So proximal nail fold, so the skin around the nails, let's just say, because proximal nail fold is that whole area from here to the knuckle. So this is proximal nail fold, believe it or not. So this is the edge of the proximal nail fold. And I don't use it on a whole PNF. I just use it like kind of smear it here. So, which I actually now don't. I switched to something that I'm making just to test it. But yes, I use it on the skin around my nails when I wear nail polish too, because the skincare is designed for skincare, right? It probably would be good for the nails as well, but it's meant for the skin around the nails. So it doesn't matter if you're wearing polish or not, right? So my question is, because I'm really trying to understand people. So does it work if you're not wearing polish? But do you want it to work on the nails, or do you want it to work on the skin around the nails? Let me know. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to see if there is more emails with okay, live July 21st. Okay, so someone says, what has caused my nails to flake and peel? I don't know what the right terminology is. They were a bit like this before, which I went for gel nails, but when I took the gel off, it was 5 times worse, as you can see in the photo. You can see where the nail is growing out. Oh God, no, I can't see the photo. I can't even look. You have to send a good quality photo because, okay, I can't see. When you guys send me photos that are like very low resolution, this is what I see. See, I don't see much because I can't even make it bigger and it's very fuzzy. I can't see anything. So if you can resend the photo, that would be awesome. Okay, so Elena says, hold on, I just dropped something. Elena says, I stopped using carousel on my nails because it seems to weaken my nails. I really don't think it's possible because it has 10% urea, which is moisturizing. It's not even really that exfoliating. It has 5%, it has glycerin, it has 5% of salicylic acid. Acids are good for nails. They're not going to weaken your nails, and it's not extremely excessive amount. Yes, and this is why I always say attach the photos, yes. So don't just, do as an attachment. So it's not going to weaken your nails. It's not possible, but okay, carousel, it's my fault that people just say carousel, but do you mean like the carousel ointment for the hard skin or something else? Okay, so did I stop sharing? Not yet. Okay, stop sharing. So see if that person sends me a better photo. But what caused the nails to flake and peel? Probably nail polish, from what I can see, because the nail polish can cause surface damage. Absolutely, it can cause oxidization of the nail plate. And I can actually show you a picture of, let me just see, in one of my videos. For example. Hi everyone. Okay, hold on. So, how do I share this? Video. I wanted to talk about nail surface damage. Oh my God. Hold on. How do I get out of here? I can't seem to be.
Using the right weight matters.
Hold on.
The body pod lets you easily understand what is the fastest
I
way
always
to
get the
reach
same
your...
commercial.
Hi everyone.
Okay, hold on. Also, Anna, you have guaranteed I will always send you pictures of my nails in that pose. I 100%, I knew it, 100%. Can these lives be viewed after this stream is over? Only on Patreon, guys, because I don't have them available all the time because I keep getting questions, and this is something that's special that I like doing, you know, and sometimes it gets a little bit off topic and stuff. So this is, I don't leave them on. All right, so share screen window. Okay, this one, share. Okay, so these nails. So my question is, for the person that sent me the pictures that were of very low quality, if this is the type of peeling that you had, because this is caused by nail polish, because later on, that client actually switched to Dazzle Dry and her nails were perfect. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, so I'll send you the link for that video. Because, you know, when people see this, okay, this damage, they're like, oh, it's the acetone. It's absolutely not the acetone. So it is the nail polish causing that damage. You can see here the nail after wearing Dazzle Dry. And Dazzle Dry, no, it's not available, and they don't ship to Poland, no. So Neri says, I wonder too, I really want Dazzle Dry in Europe or polish without nitrocellulose. I don't want my nails to yellow. What is your take on a cellulose acetate butyrate based polishes? I have no idea. I don't really. Okay, so you see, this is the problem, because I spoke to a chemist. And they were like, well, people want long-lasting products. With that comes the surface damage. And then when you have product that peels off after 3 days, then people don't like it. So anytime something has a very strong bond to the nail, it can, or when it's worn, because it has a good bond for extended period of time, it can cause surface damage. So unfortunately, usually you can't have both. But do it on Patreon. I for Google for taking too much money. $5 a month, support the most scientifically focused nail professional on YouTube. Thank you so much, David. Honestly, I really, really appreciate it. Like, this is big, honestly, for us, because this is it's being able to be in touch with people outside of YouTube, because you never know what happens, and then sometimes things go funny. When it comes to YouTube, a lot of people lost their accounts for no reason. There was a lot of silliness going on. And, you know, sometimes people can just disappear, and then, or the accounts can disappear, not people, hopefully. But, and then you're not in touch with anybody, because you don't, you have the contact with them through a platform. And I know Patreon is also a platform, but it's a little bit different. You have a little bit closer relationship with the Patreon. So we really do appreciate having that that relationship with, you know, with people on Patreon. And I usually try to post, like, I'm now working on the full video of the pedicure that I did with the client, because some people they're not that comfortable having their services on YouTube. So this is very private. So yeah, that's true too. So Patreon is how you have the security to continue investigating the best outcomes for your viewers. Exactly. Yeah. The Patreon. Hey, mister, can you link the Patreon, please? I'd like to send my nails. How can I do that? Okay, so just send a picture to the Salon Live at gmail.com, and it's just available now when I'm doing this live, and just put a password YouTube Live. Okay, so going back to that nitrocellulose-free nail polish. So I don't know, but it's a little complicated, but let me kind of explain it. So, and this is just my guess. So nitrocellulose, it's possibly oxidizing the nail plate, and it can produce, what is it called? Hold on a second. Let me just get out of this, and I'll show you a link to something. Nitrosamine. Huh? Remember. Oh, thank you so much. We got someone sign up to our Patreon.
Yeah, that's RP.
Okay, so this is an interesting article that I'm going to share with you here. So apparently nail polish, of course, it does not have nitrosamines as an ingredient, but the nitrosamines can be found as, I don't know, like a byproduct or something. So the European company here in Germany, they started adding maltol, which is a very strong antioxidant to the nail polish. It shows that it can actually even like repair the nail polish that already has nitrosamines in it. Let me just show you the link. It's very interesting. So my question is, can this help with the yellowing and surface damage? But unfortunately, I can't test. Well, I'll be honest, I don't want to test it on myself because I don't want my nails yellow and flaky, and I don't need the comments on YouTube like, oh my God, your nails, like I said, are disgusting. You would have to be very consistent, and we would need like at least probably 20, 30 people that would be very consistent applying the polish all the time. Preferably, probably people that are prone to surface damage on their toes, because that's where you really see it. And then after like 6 months or a year, we could conclude if that ingredient is helping with yellowing and nail surface damage, right? Can I get Catrice here in the US? No, but you can get Dazodry. So Dazodry does not have maltol, does not have that ingredient, but it doesn't have the nitrocellulose. And I think the nitrocellulose is a problem because it breaks down to nitric acid, which is corrosive. I don't know. Are there any good dupes for Dazodry polishes? No, because it's such a different product. There's no other color line necessarily like that really feels and applies like a nail polish, because there are some water-based paints and some other things, but they are different. So in that article, you see that ingredient. Hold on, I'm just going back. Dazodry is cellulose acetate butyrate based polishes, hence they don't yellow. Yeah, but that ingredient is very common because you don't necessarily have only one film forming ingredient. You have many. So in different percentages. So without knowing the formula well, we don't really know what kind of, and you know what, the label, it tells you a lot, but it doesn't tell you everything, because it doesn't tell you sometimes the quality of these ingredients, the age of these ingredients. So, or the percentage of the ingredients, because that will make a big difference. So for example, maybe, and I'm just guessing, if you have nitrocellulose as a third ingredient, So as a first film former, you might have yellowing, but maybe with the maltol or some other antioxidant, maybe you won't. Maybe polishes that have nitrocellulose as a sixth ingredient will get very minimal yellowing. Okay, so Lucy says, I have noticed for a long time the combination of nail polish and UV radiation is the biggest problem with yellowing my nails. Yeah, possibly, right? Because it's, I think it's a combination of things, possibly. I don't know if I've noticed that. I don't know. Which I'm not saying that you're incorrect. It's just that I haven't made that connection. Because it would be like, okay, I don't know, if someone is out in the sun a lot, the actual polish will yellow, yes, because the nitrocellulose, it ages and it becomes yellow, but I'm not sure. It's interesting. I have to kind of think about it. I was trying to find Catrice base coat, but it's discontinued. Yes, the yellow one is discontinued. I mean, the green one is discontinued. It's lovely, right? Probably because it was peeling. Probably because it was not as long lasting as people were hoping, but it doesn't yellow the nails. You know what, guys, seriously, if I had the money, I would somehow, I don't know, try to find the company who makes it and just make my own. But the problem with nail polish is that I've talked to some manufacturers, and you have to order like 20,000 worth of, like, I can't remember their minimums, but they're huge. So yeah. Okay, so Natalia says, so based on the article you have attached, does it mean you can't use nail polish after the expiration date because it can become dangerous? It says about carcinogens and aging polish. Guys, don't jump into that conclusion right away. It just means that some polishes that age might have higher amounts of the nitrosamines released in the nail polish, but that doesn't mean that it can cause cancer. Just because something like alcohol is carcinogenic, okay? Putting it on your nails are not going to cause liver cancer. So be careful with these assumptions right away, because it depends on the dose and how often you're using it. And we're not like exposing ourselves. Like this could be, let's say, the case for people that are working in these factories and they're huffing and puffing that nail polish all day long. But for someone who's using it once a week, it's not going to be the same. So it's not going to be the same if you wipe your nails with alcohol, and it's not going to be the same when you drink a bottle of vodka every day, right? So no, I wouldn't be jumping to that conclusion right away. I think it's more, I don't know, I wouldn't be concerned, seriously. Because also, think about it, I don't know, you don't have the, okay, so for example, they did a study because the nail industry was under, I don't want to say attack, but under like assumption that all these chemicals, they're terrible, they're causing miscarriages and cancer and all that stuff. And they actually did a study because, you know, you go to a salon and you're like, oh my God, this woman had a miscarriage, that woman had a miscarriage. But the thing is, who works in these salons? Usually younger women. People now talk about things. They sometimes, maybe in the past, people wouldn't even know that they had a miscarriage, but they, you know, people know a little bit more nowadays. I sent a picture but didn't ask for password. No, it's not going to ask for password. I'm just saying here, just say something that we know it's from here. Anyway, so did a study. I can't even remember. Many people, they took their, what is this here? Information and health statuses and all that. And actually turns out that prevalence of cancer and miscarriages and all kinds of stuff is actually lower in the nail industry. So, and you know, when you are in a salon, just because it stinks, it doesn't mean that it's dangerous for your health. And just because, you know, something again has a bad smell, or is carcinogenic, it doesn't mean that it's going to cause cancer. And if in the amounts that we're using, I think Doug Shun was saying that some ingredient would have to be, in order to reach unsafe level in a salon, you would have to take the air from like 30 salons and put it into one salon, and then you would reach unsafe level, which doesn't mean that it's going to cause cancer. It just means that these are like top level. So it's kind of impossible to take 30 salons and take that air and put it into one salon, but it would be so, you can probably breathe in order for this to be bad for you. So just because there was something, and it goes both ways. Sometimes you have good ingredients, like really good sounding ingredients, but just because something is in the product, that doesn't mean that it's actually doing what you might think that it's doing, or that it does in the best case scenario in a very high amount. So, you know, sometimes people are putting, which you don't even know how much, but let's say I was just reading about the vitamin C derivative, the oil-based one, can't remember the long chemical name now. You will see it as an ingredient. You're like, oh my God, it helps with collagen, and helps with the pigmentation, hyperpigmentation, all that. Yeah, but in what amount? Like 0.5% or 18%? A huge difference, right? So unless you know the formula and someone can really explain how much of something is in something, and it also depends on other ingredients. Like there are ingredients sometimes that help the product to work better as well. So, you know, sometimes when you have 2% of something with other ingredients, it's going to be more effective than if you have 2% of the same thing with different ingredients. It also depends sometimes with formulations, the pH level. It will work better in lower pH, for example, and not like neutral pH. So it just depends, but I wouldn't worry about anything. All right, so let's see. I'm going to take a look if we have any pictures that I can comment on. Okay. Okay, so I got a picture. I mean, I got an email, but I don't have pictures. So he says, I'm sending you this because I have problems with my nails for a while now. The nails on my index and middle fingers, both hands, are very soft, bendy, and they peel. The rest of my nails are fine, not too hard, not too soft, but they still experience some minus blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I can't obviously share anything because I don't have pictures. Okay, so I resent the photo. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, so the hold on. Let's do the magic. Where's my phone? Can I ask you to get me the phone, because I can't.
Where did you put it?
I think it's in my purse.
Oh, goodness.
All right, so let's see if. Right? Can you guys see the difference of the photo? So these are stress. Okay, hold on.
Stress cracks? Stress
Cracks.
fractures?
Yes. Let's see. Okay, so a very good point here. Hope the resolution is better, but I think you might have already answered my question. Nail polish, but I've been using SC and OPI exclusively over past 5 years, occasionally Sally Hansen. I'll be honest with you, I don't see absolutely any difference quality-wise between Sally Hansen and OPI and SC. Okay, OPI does have beautiful formula sometimes. It applies very nice, it's very rich, but when it comes to quality, not really. It's not like any better. Essie, for me, it causes a lot of yellowing. So let me just, how do I make this bigger? See what I mean? Okay, so all these lines here they happen when you bend the nail, and probably it has a tough coating on the nails. So what I would do first, 100%. And you know what? This is going to be fun. If you follow the advice that I give you for a month, please send me like a picture of your nails in a month, okay? And then just add it to this email. So basically send me email again with your new pictures, and then we can side by side compare it. So as you can see, very nice, healthy growth. The skin around your nails is a little bit kind of problematic. It's a little bit stuck. So I would definitely jojoba soaks once a week. Nothing is going to bond these layers together, but you do want to avoid these lines from getting deeper. So how do you do that? Not putting anything hard on the nail, on the surface. You do that by actually increasing flexibility for now by the jojoba soaks, possibly. Using the salve or good quality oil that has antioxidants will help the nail surface from even, just damage outside the air, and shorten the nails. No free edge. Like just 0.5 millimeter, because you don't want the nails to be bending, because when they're bending, they're getting worse and they're gonna start cracking here. Oh, sorry guys, I'm looking at the big arrow. So they're gonna start cracking here. So sorry if that didn't make any sense. Yeah. So, and I think your nails are not that long, not as long as they seem, because you have probably like a very long nail bed, no? But I would try to keep it as short as possible. So filing the nails once a week, just keep them nice and short. This damage has to grow out. What I would use for sure is the Isden pen or the Lazo nail. Let me give you the, because it will help. Hold on a second. The links. Let me see if I can do the links somehow. Repair mode bonds the nails. You know what? That's actually very good point. The repair mode, yes, it's not going to bond them. I know that they say that it's going to it sounds like they're going to be bonding these. No, they're way too kind of broken to be bonded by these type of products. But where they will bond the nails is in this area, or maybe possibly this area. So it will prevent the nails from this happening. So yeah, you could probably use it. I sent the email again. I don't know if I solved the problem. Stop sharing this and let's go to my email. Okay. The pictures that you sent me are a little, okay, here, it's a little bit better. They were a little bit dark, but hold on, let me just now share the screen. Okay. Okay. All right, so the nail surface, okay, so normally I ask for bright light that it's bouncing off the nails, because I'm asking you, because I need to see this. So this looks like the nail is good. It's not overfiled. Here I can't really see too much, but here I can see that. You see these lines are perfectly normal, and they are consistent. There is no like variation in shape, which tells me that there is nothing wrong with the surface. First of all, when something is happening to the nails, what I would suggest is shortening the nails. And I know, it's something that people don't want to hear, but anytime the nails are bending, especially when they're exposed to water, they're just going to start peeling. In this case, what I would say is jojoba soaks for sure. And actually, I just wanted to comment how, except for maybe this one, but maybe it's a shadow, but the skin on the nails looks really good. So the nail fold is intact, which is fantastic. There was no inflammation. There was no indication that there was anything, going on with the skin. But this is a classic example of someone that I would recommend the Mavala Scientific Plus, whatever, with dimethylurea. I would probably recommend, but it's not available. The one with formalin, but it's not available. So I would recommend the one with the Mavala with, it's like a liquid. It's not a nail polish. So my question to that person is if they are wearing nail polish, because this could be damage from the nail polish. But let me see. Actually, okay, here we go. Peeling nails. All right, hold on a second. I'm sending you this because I have had problems with my nails for a while. The rest of my nails are fine, but they still experience minor peeling. I use jojoba on my nails every single day, multiple times a day, especially after I wash my hands. Occasionally, I do jojoba soaks. Perfect. I never buff my nails or cut the skin fold. I just push it back before I apply nail polish. Okay. I have been constantly wearing regular nail polish on my nails for more than 2.5 years, and I don't keep it on for more than 6 days. When the problem started, I don't remember when, but it was months ago, I started wearing hardening base coat on the worst nails, hoping it will help them grow without bending, but it doesn't do much. If you can send me the link to the hardening base coat, probably it's a coincidence. The base coats, all the hardening, strengthening polishes don't do anything. Honestly, it's just marketing. I started wearing hardening base coat. I've been considering buying cross-linking product like Mavala Scientific, but I don't know if it will benefit from it. Yeah, if I should try to grow out the peeling part, I really hope I don't have to stop wearing nail polish because I don't feel myself without it. Yeah, you're gonna have to stop wearing nail polish. I mean, so here's what's happening. It's let's not go to extremes, okay? So it's like someone who loves sweets like me and saying, okay, since tomorrow I'm not touching anything with sugar. I'm like, is it realistic? No. I live honestly for my Napolitanas in the morning and my coffee. Okay, I live for it. So it's not the most healthy thing to do. It's probably quite unhealthy, but I love it. So, but maybe not. Let's not overdo it. So it's the same thing with nail polish. Like maybe don't wear it constantly. Maybe try to grow out the damage, and when the nail is stronger, because you are, for example, wearing the Mavala, or you do the Mavala application, let's say before when you're doing your manicure, the nails will have enough in them to be able to wear nail polish without further damage. I would be curious, for example, so what I would do right now, as we know, the nail polish can damage the nail plate, unfortunately. So what I would do, yes, unfortunately, I would shorten the nails, and you have beautiful nails, like seriously, beautiful shape. Like, tell me, guys, how many people would love to have nails like that? So even if they're shorter, they're still very nice looking. And they can still look very good when they're short, and the peeling is going to be better. So when you file the nails, I highly recommend that you go with the buffer block and you go like this. So that is going to make the end of the nail not as sharp, and it does prevent some of the peeling sometimes. So, and do the Mavala. I would say at least every second day. I would use it every day at the beginning, once you start seeing a difference, back up, because too much of a good thing is not good either. So what I would do is, and you probably in a month, you're going to see a huge difference. So I'm going to ask you as well. Let's just do this thing. In a month, please send me photos of, maybe in a month after you started using the Mavala, and let's see how the nails are looking, because this is going to be a very interesting test. After that, after the nails are better and you have no peeling, what I would suggest, trying maybe the polish that has either without nitrocellulose or with the one that has that maltol ingredient. Maybe it will help. Maybe it won't damage the nails as much. That would be interesting, no? The video is glitchy. Oh no. Okay, good. So maybe it's just a few people. There's another product that sounds very similar to API Repair Mode. Thought you might be interested. I don't know. The one, yeah, there was a few of them, but I don't know how effective they are. I really don't. Because sometimes, again, they have this catchy ingredient, but are they effective? Cosmetics, you don't have to prove anything that you're saying, really, unfortunately. All right, so let's stop sharing, and then let's see if I have more photos. Yeah, your nails, I know your nails, like, because I have been obviously in this industry for, obviously, because I look that old, for many years, and I can kind of make connections. So yeah, nails like yours can benefit from the hardeners. Okay, so we have another picture. This is so good. Oh my God, what a nice nails. This is really, I love doing this. All right, so someone is saying, thank you so much for sharing so much information and intelligence. Oh wow, thank you so much. Feel free to share these photos and comment on them during the live. Okay, very helpful. My nails are peeling badly every time I polish them, especially the pointer, middle finger, nails that are thin and bendy. Thank you for your comments. Okay, so my question is, are you buffing them? Let's just see how. Guys, this is like such good quality photos. Let me share it. Boom. No? Amazing. Okay. So, again, the nails seem quite good. They're not damaged or anything like that. I can see, especially here, right? We can see the line of light. Very nice. You can see my arrow on the nail now, no? Okay, so this is very good. This is very good. And yes, I can see some peeling here. If the nails are bendy, which they don't look to me like they are very bendy, because sometimes people expect the nails to be like rock hard and that's the goal. No, they need some flexibility. When I actually go like this, my nails are bending, except, yeah, my thumb is bending too. But sometimes don't forget too, that if you decide to use a hardener because some of your nails are quite bendy, use the hardener on the nails that are bendy. You don't have to use it on all of them. Like we're using it for my mom right now. And I just skip the thumbs because the thumbs are quite hard and we don't want to over harden them. Anyway, so let's just here. So this is nail polish damage, unfortunately. So again, what I would recommend is the oil soaks are going to help for sure. I know it's such a boring advice and it's the same thing over and over again, but these things work. Like, yes, it would be easier for me to maybe recommend some magic expensive products, but they're not that super effective. So what I would recommend, just skip the nail polish until you have healthy nails at the end, like this here, right? So it's going to probably be not more than a month, and then go from there. Let me just see if I can. Oops! Whoa. Yeah, I can see some peeling on these ones as well. But other than that, you see, I don't know if you can you guys see now my pointer, like the arrow on the nail? On the end and on the end? Please let me know. Okay, so can you let me know? Because I'm confused, because I have now, when I'm on the screen, the YouTube screen, now I have see 2 arrows. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to this one. So I can see the flakes here too, but I can see perfectly that the nail is in a very good condition. Okay, so I love these type of photos. So you can see, and this is why I need the light shining on the nail. Can you see cuticle is right here? This white thing is cuticle. This is the edge of the skin fold. This is a little torn skin. You can snip this kind of area if it bothers you. But other than that, what happens sometimes is that this skin tears, and that's where you get people call it hangnail. This is not a hangnail. This is a torn skin. Care for your skin a little bit better, and like I would suggest, what I usually suggest, tiniest amount of urea-based lotion, so 10% urea after hand wash, and a swipe of the salve that we sell, or oil. You can use jojoba, you can use sunflower oil even. Just 1 drop per 10 nails is going to really help, because the skin here is very good, but it just looks a little dry here. And don't forget too, if you are working with your hands a lot, these nails are going to, these fingers are going to experience a little bit more damage because we're using them more. Jojoba soaks, absolutely, because it will help with the flexibility. So this is what I would recommend. My goodness. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. So I guess that would be everything. Okay, hold on. Okay, I've seen this. Okay, hold on, one more. Okay, so guys, please send me photos the way I like with this kind of pose, because when there is a different angle, it gives me shadows and I can't really see what's happening. Okay, so let me just take the last question. Okay, hold on. Where is the question here? Guys, bear with me. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on. So, share screen. Okay, so here we have a picture. Okay, so my first question is, okay, so hold on. Good morning, Anna. Okay, so it's good evening here, but good morning to you. I'll be happy to pay for assessment fee if you make them available. Okay, so once like I said, probably later this week. I have never had gel nails, but I have not used nail polish in several months. A couple weeks ago, the skin around my middle finger started getting inflamed, painful, and eventually drained a little pus. My doctor said it wasn't actually an infection, just irritation. Nothing I have tried has made much difference or made it worse. My ring finger started to become affected as well, as the middle finger improved a little and grows out. There's a deep divot in the nail. Okay, I needed better photos because when the photo is like this, I have shadows. The only other thing that changed recently is that I started doing pottery and volunteering, which involves a lot of cleaning and dishes. I was just going to say that. Unfortunately, this looks like, I can't really see again from the photo, some kind of irritation, and it's usually from contact with water. So involves a lot of cleaning and dishes. I try to protect my nails as much as possible and use jojoba and moisturizer several times a day, especially after hand washing. So really, you only have to remember about the cream and the oil after hand washing. So it's not like you, oh my God, I have to put cream on my nails. No, because after you put it on, it's there. Especially after hand washing, I really appreciate the advice that you can offer. Yeah, so something is going on and something is irritating your skin. So probably what you've mentioned, that, let's see if I can. And my question is, like, do you do manicures? Do you cut the skin around the nails? What's going on? What else do you use? Jojoba, what kind of jojoba? Because then we have to like dig a little bit deeper, right? Okay, sending a photo of another angle. So, okay, so let me know what do you do? Do you do manicures weekly, every 2 weeks? Do you use any cuticle softeners? Do you cut the skin around the nails? Because it looks really angry. Let's see if I have any new photos. So another thing that I'm going to ask you is, whenever we're talking over email, please always respond to the previous email, because then I sometimes have like 4 different emails with, you know, parts of the information. So it really helps me if I have all the information in like one thread. Could it be allergy to something used in pottery? Absolutely, absolutely. And the clay, whatever, can be like very irritating, can be like drying to the skin. All right, so let's just even Google. Okay, let's Google. All right. So what would be my question? Pottery ingredients. What is it called? Pottery glaze ingredients, clay ingredients. Okay. Okay, so pottery clay is primarily composed of alumina, silica, and water. These are the foundational elements, but various other materials like feldspar and impurities can be added to create different clay bodies with specific properties: ball clay, china clay, kaolin, and other clays, blah, blah, blah. So what pottery clay is made of? And here's the thing, people are like, oh, well, it's all natural. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't mean that it's good for you. But poison ivy is natural too, but it can be very bad for our skin. It could be. I mean, I don't know. All right, so let's go back to our viewers here and see what you guys. Clay can be irritating, but this started before the pottery classes. Okay, so you see, guys, this is why normally when I do the assessments, I need information. It's not just like I have the answer right away. You haven't sent me pictures yet? All right, so gloves are good too, but sometimes gloves can be, if your hands are sweating in the gloves, that's very difficult too. Like I know for myself, when I do in the summer, when I do pedicures, I do have air conditioning, but my hands freaking sweat in the gloves, and that's not nice because it can really irritate the skin. So it is what it is. But sometimes, and depends what kind of gloves, people can have issues sometimes with, even with the obviously, even the nitrile gloves. Okay, let me know when you have sent me a different picture, and let me know if you cut the skin around the nails, or like what do you use for manicures? Do you nudge the skin around the nails? Mercedes is, what a great idea to share nail photos. I love this channel. You know, I've been thinking about it for so long, and I finally figured out how to do it. Okay, so the clay can be irritating, but this has started before. Maybe the clay made it worse. I just sent it. I was also, so what I would do, I would make sure, in your case, what I would do is Vaseline or like Aquaphor, okay? Right now, I would even skip the oil. I'll be honest with you. I would just use Vaseline because that skin looks very angry. So the question is, allergy to what? Okay, so someone says you were going to send a link for splitting broken nails due to stress bending. You've mentioned the Isden pen and something called repair mode, but I don't see the link. OPI repair mode, yes. Hold on. Thank you so much for asking, by the way, because these are affiliate links, so they help me financially. So this is the OPI repair mode that can also be used. And another thing, I'm not sure if it's available where you are, is the Lasso nail. It's a very nice and gentle product, but probably the OPI first. Can you be allergic to vitamin E or almond oil? Yeah, you can. Of course, people are allergic to almonds, right? Mm-hmm. No, I don't have any affiliate link to Dazodry, unfortunately. Well, if you buy them through Amazon, then I get the affiliates. I don't know. I haven't seen a penny from. I don't know how that works, but from Dazodry, because I guess people go and they buy on their website, but no. I used to, and they kind of dropped me. They dropped it or something. So that's why probably in the previous videos, if you have seen, you see me that I talk about the affiliate links from Dazodry, but they don't have the program working for me. So vitamin E, also used in high quantities, can be very drying and irritating to the skin. Okay, so we have photos. Okay, guys, this is going to be probably, there's another one that I would like to see and answer the question. And that's it, because it's getting late. Oh, yes. Yeah, something. Thank you so much. The photo is absolutely fantastic. Guys, can you like see what I mean? Yeah. Okay, hold on. You can't see what I mean. Yeah, so it looks like some kind of inflammation in that area. And yes, this nail, it's because there is so much inflammation. This is why I tell people do not cut the skin around the nails, is because you're creating a whole bunch of inflammation. That inflammation can cause that nail underneath not to form properly. And it's just so sad because you have such a nice nails. You're in contact with something that is really bothering you. Okay, so my question to Anna is, like, how do you do your manicure? Do you, like, how are you gentle? Are you doing anything? Because sometimes people just don't do anything. They don't even nudge the skin back. But it's one thing to if you have a piece like, hold on, like here, that you just trim tiny bit, but like when people say, oh, I just trimmed it, they actually went around and they just removed the skin fold. Something is going on. And it's not on all the nails. Yeah. Yeah, so some kind of irritation, and it's not always going to be visible, like even with allergic reactions to gel, sometimes it's not visible on all the nails. But sometimes it's like what happens is you have to really try to address this and why this is happening, because it can become chronic. And then you have a problem, right? Just Google chronic paronychia and see what I mean. Yeah, because here it's good. Something happened. I would really try to protect that skin as much as possible, and just use Vaseline. Absolutely nothing else. Vaseline, Aquaphor, that's it. Do you have a link for manicurists? I do. I do. It's not that it's spreading, I don't think. It's just affecting the other fingers as well. Is Lazo okay for vertical splits? It really depends. It really depends on the split. I wouldn't just blindly recommend it. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to take the last photo of, okay, so I have not been consistent pushing back the skin fold, then I overdid it, and this was the result. I know I won't be able to keep from clipping it. You're gonna have to keep away from clipping it. I'll be honest. Think of it as a, hold on, let me just very quickly share this. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens. Okay, so first of all, do not push the skin. Nudge it, because what people do, they go to town and they've seen so much on Instagram. They lift the skin, nudge it a little bit. This is what happens. When this skin is connected, sometimes a little bit too much for our liking, because there's nothing like medically wrong with the nails like this. When it's connected like this, it's getting a lot of moisture from the nail plate, moisture coming through the nail. When you separate it like this, shove the tool underneath, separate it, and then it kind of stands up, this is what happens. So what do? We cut it. So we create trauma, and skin responds with hardening. So think about it. You scrape your arm by walking past a wall, and then actually it happened to me, my God, and I can't believe this happened to me, because I was using a foot file on my feet, and there was some, like dead skin stuck on the foot file. So I went like with my thumb, and I just tried to, when it was still wet, remove it. And then like a couple of days later, or like the next day, I'm like, why is my skin so dry? It was not dry. It was just, it was traumatized. No, it was damaged. It was damaged skin. So the skin is responding, because the skin is a living organ, and it responds by creating hardening, creating a scab, so the skin underneath can heal. So the hardening is a symptom of some sort of trauma, usually. So what happens is when you pick a scab, it gets worse. You just have to, you're like kind of telling me like, well, I won't be able to pick that scab. Well, the skin is not going to heal. It's going to get more trauma when you cut it, unfortunately. The only time is when I would snip something is like maybe this little piece, hold on here, or like this little piece that I know it's going to catch and it's going to tear further. So I'm just reading, I'm laughing right now how excited you get to see good quality photos. Yes, 100%, because sometimes like, again, people, like I feel so bad. I'm like, no, these are not good enough. I can't see anything. And again, I don't see anything, so I can't help you. And I feel like so bad for asking. People are like, oh, I don't have a professional camera. You don't have to have a professional. You just need it light, very close to the nail, and a clean lens on your phone. That's it. Anyway, so what I would do in this case is just using the oil. You can use jojoba, that would be great, and a little bit of urea. So use the carousel, for example, until this softens. And you can't speed it up. Your skin will heal when it wants to heal. Like, how long does it take for a scab to come off? I don't know, a few days. So it depends. It depends on the depth. It depends on your age, on your hormones, on your general health, and everything else. So some people will heal much faster. Kids will heal much faster than, you know, adults or older people. So yes. So when I do understand, this is it's a pain, because for some people just have that skin that just sticks. Sometimes this happens, and when you keep nudging it, it just eventually gets better. Sometimes it's just that difficult phase that you have to go through if you want to have that skin like look very neatly. Okay, and I use carousel every night and yourself. Okay, so another thing that I'm going to ask you is what kind of soap you're using, right? So you're use like just shampoo, don't overwash your hands, and then that's all we can do. Another thing is too, then, and this is outside of my expertise, obviously, but look at your diet as well. Healthy fats and just generally good diet. I can only advise on cosmetics, but I know with the regular just nudging, not pushing, and just using a little bit of oil after each hand wash, and urea-based cream, it is going to, plus I'm old. But I mean, yes, age is a sometimes a pain as well, but some people also have very good skin, and so it's not necessarily, but yeah, protein, absolutely, yes. But good fats as well. When it comes to skin elasticity and hormones and stuff, fats as well. Alrighty, guys, you know what? It has been very good. I love this, absolutely. I definitely don't eat enough protein. Yeah, none of us probably do, because we're definitely protein deficient. So protein is good for the nails. Yes, it is. It's good for everything. Deficient. He's not. He's the only person who.
I get in my 230 grams every day.
230 grams every day. Can you believe it? Protein is good for everything. Okay, guys, we're gonna get going. But this was, I love it. Absolutely love this live, and we're gonna do it next week, right? So please, if I was not able to look at your photos and your questions, let's do this next week, and then just write everything that you want to ask me in a few sentences, obviously, so people here don't get bored and click off. And then send me good quality photos, because now you know what kind of photos, and this is fantastic. And let's do this more often. All right, so please watch the video about the cuticle that I just put on, and put some comments on it. That would be absolutely awesome, because the video is not doing as good as I was hoping. I'll be honest with you. Hold on. You know, I always look at the video and I'm like, it's not, okay, hold on. It's 5 out of 10. It's tanking, guys, it's tanking. And it's a 3-minute video. Anyway, so let's keep our fingers crossed that the video helps people. And I'm kind of joking here, the video is tanking, but sometimes, you know, I like when I see that the video is doing well, that shows something that people are interested in. Anyway, so of course I'll go to the video right away. Yes, fantastic, guys. See you next week. Okay, have your pictures ready, and we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful day or evening, depending on where you are. What's tanking? The video, my video. It's 5 out of 10 that I just put on today, so that's not good. I'm not obsessed about numbers, but this is how I kind of make my living. So anyway, so see you next time. See you next week. Bye. Okay, how do I click out of this? Stop sharing first and screen. Bye.